Hey guys! So, another day, another bit of work on the Corrado. So, I did what I said, went to work, used the big linish in there to flatten off the top of the collector so it was nice and neat for welding. And, there we go. So, the collector is done, got the V-band welded on now. Just clamped it on to make sure it all sits okay. Looks pretty good. Boom. Yeah, so next I suppose what I want to do is try and somehow, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but position this together, so with the turbo on and the collector on in the area I want it basically for where it's going to sit. And then what I'm going to do is, if I can find the bits of bar, here we go. So I've got a bit of stainless steel bar, and the idea is I'm going to come off the flange somewhere, somehow, not sure how yet, but I'll come off the flange and weld one end to the flange, one end to the collector, and then that will give me my positioning basically. Then I can take the turbo off, take the flange off, like I said. Got a spare head down there on the floor, get that on the table, and we can start running pipes and cutting and whatnot. Don't really have much of a plan. I want to try and make it as equal length as I can. I'm not sure how yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. I'm literally going to make it up as I go and just put bends and pipes and bits and bobs where I need them. And once that's done, I can then put a port for a wastegate. Probably just going to do a single 44. I'm not going crazy power. Want to go 500, something like that. Obviously the engine's not built. That will be. I want to get another engine and build another engine and fully forge it. So this is going to stay. This engine will stay with its headspace, ARP and all that. I'm not going to really touch it. The only thing I will do is take the head off. Just so, well, actually no. I was going to take the head off just to grind out the ports a little bit, but it's probably not worth it if I'm going to build another one. So yeah, so we'll do that, and yeah, we'll get building. Sound. All right, guys. So hope you enjoy, and I'll see you later on in the video. Cheers. Hey guys. So I really don't know how I'm going to do this, but we're gonna try. So what I want to do is figure out roughly where the bonnet line is going to be, and I would probably say so. That will be rough bonnet line where the bonnet will sit. Now I did say I want it poking out the bonnet a little bit, so I can do a nice custom bonnet. Again, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but right. Back a bit. So, what we reckon? Back there? Fair bit of turbo poking up there. How am I going to do this? I think I need some way of packing this up and holding it in where I want it. I want it about there. That's where I want it. Yes. What I gotta do is get it to stay there while I put a supporting bar to it. I think it'll be easy, is it? Right, let's get something to pack it up. Put you into fast forward now. Sweet, I found its home. It's a bit of a bodge to get it in place, but it's a choice of doing most stuff by yourself. So next is, need to get a bit of bar from the flange to the collector, and once that's sort of in place and solid, I'll probably take the turbo off while it's in situ, take the turbo off, and then just see how it sits. And from there, we can take the flange off and go from there. Good thing is, well, I've made sure, well, firstly, you probably wonder why I was checking the angle of the turbo. You might not, but if you don't know, the reason is turbos can't sit at any more than like a 15-degree angle, because then obviously the oil will then sort of like sit at the back of the turbo or the front of the turbo or whatnot when it's going through. It sort of won't flow very well. So you can't really go any more than 15 degrees, what I've read and been told. So that's about 9 degrees on there at the moment, which is perfect. It just sort of sits it level with the car rather than level with the bonnet and everything. So obviously VR's slanted, bonnet, everything, they're quite pointy nose. So I wanted that like that, and then obviously, like I said, I wanted a small amount of it sticking out the bonnet. So if you go across the top of the engine, let's say, we should, by the time the bonnet's on and whatnot, you should have at least, looking across there should be at least half the turbo poking out, which is what I wanted. I reckon it looked pretty cool. Loads of airflow as well, so the bonnet will come across and sit like this, and then you'll have half the turbo poking up. So, I mean, if needs be, I can, I don't know, adjust it somehow and whatnot. But yeah, so that's done. I've left enough room for boost pipes to come down this side. There's enough room for a downpipe. I mean, it's going to be tight, but there's plenty of room for a downpipe to bend and go somewhere. I'm not sure where, because obviously where the exhaust normally goes, there is a prop now. So yeah, next then is I'm going to try and get this bar on without it all falling over. Sam, cheers. Hey guys, so this is mounted up. You saw in the last clip. All in place. I'm hoping this doesn't really get in the way, but we'll find out. If needs be, I can get the tubes tacked where I want it, and then I can cut this off if needs be. But I'd like to keep it there because it's pretty strong, so it's extra support for when the turbo's actually on there. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. Well, I know I've got to do, obviously, link all the tubing up. I wanted to try and make it equal length, but I'm not sure how easy that's going to be, considering obviously this is a lot closer to here, so unless I go crazy with sort of loads of bends and loops. So I'll do the best I can. I do know, like this one, I'm going to make the most direct, because it's the furthest away. To keep the short tube as possible, I'll just make it direct to like the underneath, and the same with this one. So like this far tube, I would imagine will probably go here. The next one will probably go there. Next one, maybe there. And then we'll start coming up over the top. It's just when I get to the sort of these two close ones is when I want to start. I'm going to have to sort of go the longest route possible and put some extra bends in to try and give it an equal length. like I said, I don't really know, so I am giving it a go. Kind of making it up, like I said, as I go along. So yeah, we'll crack on. Cheers, guys. I'm going to fast forward all this because there's going to be lots of bits and bobs. So sound. Cheers. Yo, right. Before we get 100% started, I need to cut a load of bits of tubing. So I thought I'd just show you that. I won't, instead of showing all of it, it's just a bit boring. So I'm trying to cut, obviously, so to come off the head, to come out straight first. So I'm cutting a few bits, and obviously the VR6 head has like the oval. These are pretty round, so they're pretty good. These are oval. So what I've had to do is I'll find a piece. So I just literally cut these 50mm lengths and then bent them in the vise, squashed them in the vise to match that shape there. Basically, if you can see that, there you go. Yeah, so that will sit and then widen out. And then what I'll do is once it's all fully welded, when I take the manifold off, I'll then burr off all the inside, so it'll be nice and smooth flow straight through. While this is cutting, I'll show you what tools I'm using. Just, you might be interested, something extra I can put in the video. So, bandsaw, quite handy. I haven't had this very long, it's only a cheap one. I got it off Facebook Marketplace for like 40 quid, something like that. So, and it makes life a lot easier. You can get decent, I'll stop it quickly. You get decent cuts, it does angles, takes a little bit of setting up and tweaking to get it perfect. But yeah, it's nothing special. It takes a little while to cut through, but it's a lot cleaner and a lot neater than an angle grinder with a slitting disc. I'm going to be using the TIG welder. That's my newer one. I did start with a second hand again, small. It was like 150 amp little babby one. I've upgraded slowly to that. I managed to pick up this nice and cheap off Facebook Marketplace as well, which is perfect. The only reason I bought it was for this. I've already got a grinder in the corner, but I bought it purely for this because I can set that at 45, and like I've already done, you then just put that on there, spin it around, and you get, I don't know if you can see that, you get a nice chamfered edge. So when you weld it, you get some decent penetration through the whole thing. Yeah, so TIG welder, that, using the burr as well. Be using that just to clean the inside of the tubes out after it's cut and bent, and chamfered off. So yeah, that is basically a quick rundown of the tools I'll be using. I thought I'd just give you an insight. I don't have anything special, like kit-wise, so I am, a lot of this I've built up over time, and all of it was cheap. It's all second-hand, it's all cheap. Like I said, bandsaw was 40 quid. The bench grinder with the sanding wheel on was 15 quid again off Facebook. TIG welder was a bit expensive, but that's because I was upgrading. The one I bought before was like 150 quid, and it did everything I needed apart from alley. So I went to that one. So yeah, hopefully, I don't know, a little bit of an insight into what kit I use, and just goes to show you don't have to have a kit, a workshop full of like top end kit to do this stuff. You can make do with second hand, cheaper, smaller equipment. Sound right, I'll get these cut, and then we'll cut back to actually starting to figure out where all this tubing's going. Sound, cheers guys. Hey guys, so I'm gonna call it a day there because I've been down here most of the day. This is tricky, very fiddly, time consuming. So I had a few malfunctions. One, the battery died on the camera. Good job, Luke, for charging it up. Two, one of my torches and cables, well, the torch, I didn't realise something inside it is broken, so it wasn't welding properly. So I had to, after dicking around trying to figure out if it was the settings for ages, I realised what it was. So I'll show you. Where is it? So this has got a flexi head on it, but they're not supposed to flex that much. They're supposed to be stiff. So something snapped in there, I can hear it cracking around. So yeah, so after fagging around with that, I eventually started getting going. And I've not got miles, but here we go. This is where we've got to so far. So 2 out of 6. So I should have it done in a week or so. It's taking a bit longer. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Really happy with it. It's coming together pretty well. Tried to keep it all as neat and as tidy as I possibly can, so there's no big gaps in any of the joins, it's all tight gaps. So next is this one. Now, I'm not sure if I want to go fancy and try and come up and over to this, which would look quite cool, I think. But I'm not sure. I don't know, because I could come up and over to there, and that'll give it a bit more length rather than just coming straight there to there, because I'm trying to keep it equal length. If I go over the top, it might give me some more tube, making it a lot more equal length. But I don't know, so we'll mess around with that. I think it might be quite cool just to have it sort of coming over there, and maybe have this one, the next one, going next to that round and under to there. I don't know, I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it so far. So call it a day there, guys, and I will unzoom. Oh god. Oh god. Anyway, oh shit, it's all going wrong, guys. It's all going wrong. There we go. Yeah, I will pick this up tomorrow or the next day, come back down. So cheers for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.